Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Whitney and today I have another speed build for you guys. Today's speed build is in Oasis Springs. It's a gym that I would kind of consider modern. Before I started building this, I intentionally planned on just renovating the gym that came with Oasis Springs, but then I decided that I just wanted to like bulldoze it and make a completely new gym. What I really wanted was a pool area because I was trying to think of builds to do for my family dynamics challenge that I'm doing here on this channel. I'll put, the first episode of that is already up. If you want to watch it, I'll put a link to that in the description. But I wanted a place for her to come to and hang out. In my mind, I see her as someone that she's a vegetarian, and I feel like we don't have veganism in The Sims, but I do see her as like being a vegan, and she's really health conscious. And so I felt like a gym is somewhere that she would like spend a lot of time at, and I also wanted a place for her to hang out. So I thought that like the pool would be like the perfect thing for Oasis Springs. Like I know when the Sims 4 like the base game came out originally, it didn't have a pool, but it just makes so much sense for Oasis Springs to have like a pool, or maybe even like a couple pool areas, because when I was doing this build I had in my mind to have it be like a public pool area, but I feel like with this place it's more so like it's almost like a spa, but I didn't want to do a spa because I've done a spa recently, not on this channel but like in my own time, so I didn't want to do another spa. But in my mind I kind of see this gym as being more exclusive. Well, not exclusive, but this like you have to pay. Like in Sims 4 you don't actually pay for a gym membership. Your Sims can come here for free, but in my mind, the way that I play, I would kind of like imagine them having to pay to come here and having a gym membership. So in my mind I feel like this gym would be more on the pricier side because it is so new and it has like more advanced like equipment. I think with this build, I really focus more of my attention on the outside of the build, more so on the inside, because I feel like with the inside it was very simple. I know I wanted like a inside eating area. I know like with the original, I think it came with a bar, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for there to be a bar in the gym, and it's not a requirement, so I didn't need to put a bar on the inside. But I did want to have like a little, almost like a little cafeteria where your Sims might come and like eat their, like, I don't, what is it called, like your, I can't even think of the what I'm trying to say, like your meal prep. Like they'll come here and eat their meal prepped lunches or like their protein shakes or something like that. And for the outside, I didn't really know what to do. I don't go to the gym. I usually just work out at home because going to the gym, I feel like I would have so much anxiety just like, I don't know, working out in front of people. And the workouts that I do at home, I don't feel like I need a gym to do those. I mostly just do Pilates, and like I walk on the treadmill and I do some yoga. And the area that I'm in, it only has like one gym. There really isn't a nice gym that's close by. I think the nearest nice gym that I would consider is like an hour away. So it's not really convenient for me to go to the gym, especially if you're someone who's trying to build a habit. And really the key to making a habit stick is to make it easy for yourself, and like just driving an hour away isn't easy for me. So in order to, take care of my body and just do some type of movement, I have to just do what I can at home. I'm not saying well, we do have like a YMCA where I live, but I don't really want to go there because it's kind of small, and I think only like older people go to that gym. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I just prefer to like not go there. And like I like to like do a lot of heavy lifting sometimes too, so I don't think they have what I need in that YMCA. And I don't think like YMCA's are very common like everywhere, so I might be saying YMCA, you guys probably don't even know what I mean by that, but it's like a little local gym, and I think it's like Christian based, and I don't identify with like a specific religion or anything like that, so it does feel a little bit weird. But in an ideal world, I could see myself going to the gym like on a daily basis. Like, I don't know, like in like my mind, I envision myself putting on like a cute like matching working out outfit like with spandex or something from Amazon. Like you see those girls on like, well, like, maybe you don't, but I see a lot of like fitness TikToks, and they always look so cute with like their matching leggings and like little bralette thing, and then they take their pre-workout, and then they go to the gym, and then they go get Starbucks after. And I can kind of envision that life for myself, but in the meantime, I feel like we can all relate to like living a more ideal version of ourselves in our Sims lives. And so that's kind of like what I was envisioning with this build. I was kind of see like what kind of gym would I go to, and but because I don't go to the gym, I was like thinking what kind of gym would my sim go to. And so my Sims are going to be the ones that wake up early in the morning, go to the gym, and then go to the cafe and do whatever work they need to do and have a coffee. And so my Sims are basically going to be living their dream life, which is easier for them to do anyway because, we're humans and we have our human brains, and sometimes our brains don't work and operate the way that we want them to. So, yeah, it just makes it easier to do that. Also, I have done in the past like a manifesting my dream life type of thing with The Sims. I didn't really finish it, but I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know, it has some type of influence on our subconscious mind where like we can play through certain things in The Sims, and I kind of believe that we can use The Sims as a way to like, I don't know, reprogram our subconscious and trying to kind of change our habits and kind of like motivate us to live the lives that we actually want to live. So if you've never considered playing The Sims in that way, I would definitely, encourage you to check that out. I know sometimes it can be kind of weird playing with your Sim self. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a little weird having like a mini version of myself in the game, because then it starts to make you think like, am I just a Sim that's being controlled by some unknown player or something like that? Like, I know I'm not the only one who be having those thoughts. So let me know down in the comments if you've had those thoughts before too. Lately with my builds, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit with feeling like I can't make them look different. Like, I know there's a saying that like some Sims player have like the same face syndrome, where like they make Sims that kind of have the same face all the time. Like, they have a hard time like making Sims look different. I don't know if I had that problem, because what I tend to do is I just randomize my Sims until I find one that I can kind of like work with. I don't really mess around too much with like the sliders and everything, because I don't know, I feel like it's kind of overwhelming, and I honestly don't know how to make like Sims. Like, I feel like some people are really good with that, like making Sims that look like real people, but I'm not that person. I just stick to, playing the game and doing builds. But lately, I feel like I've been struggling with like feeling like my builds kind of look the same. I don't think that they actually do, but in my mind, I kind of think that they look similar. So I feel like there are a lot of features within like build by that I don't really use too much, kind of because I'm a little bit afraid to. And like, I think with the last build that I did, I messed around with the terrain and I built a little pond. And I know that seems very simple, but for me that was kind of like a big deal because it's not something that I typically do. With this build, what I kind of did different is I kind of made like the stairs kind of different. Usually I would just put like stairs that make them go straight up, but I kind of like played around with making like layers of stairs. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just tried to like kind of like, I don't know, I use like platforms. Well, not they're not actual platforms, but it's like the foundation. And so like I had stairs going up one foundation and then going to like the next part where you actually enter the building, and that's something that I don't think that I've done before, and I'm glad that I tried it, and I might want to try it in future builds because I don't think I did as good of a job as I could have, but I was just trying something different. Sometimes I also struggle with like trying to do community lot builds because I don't really go out much. I usually just go home and I go to work, and I do go out occasionally, but where I live at there isn't a whole lot of like architecture that looks really interesting, and I feel like that's kind of like everywhere you go, where like most community spaces they're like just a big square, and I feel like in The Sims that doesn't really look right if you was to just do a big square. So for me, it's important that I try and go online and find references, and it's honestly not that easy to find references of a gym because they're either like these huge, humongous, like I don't know, like especially if you're looking for like architecture, like whenever you type in architecture, it's like these huge things that you can't really build in The Sims. Like I'm not saying that you can't build them in The Sims, but I personally can't. I honestly wouldn't know how to start building something like that in The Sims. So I just try to kind of like look online or on Pinterest and like just type in gyms, interesting gyms or like modern gyms or something like that. And I feel like that's kind of why I was thinking about just renovating this space, because I could just make improvements on it and change what I didn't like about it. But then I just decided to bulldoze it and start new, because I feel like with the original gym that came with Oasis Springs, and I feel like it goes for like all the base game builds where they're like really outdated. Like I know in like Willow Creek, I feel like that's kind of the point, and it's not that bad because it has like Willow Creek has that like old timey, like old town feel, so it's okay that the houses don't look very up to date. But in my mind, I feel like Oasis Springs is a very modern world, or it's supposed to be, or it's more like up to date than Willow Creek, and so I felt like it needed like a modern gym. And The Sims 4, it's not a modern game. It's been out for what, like almost 9 years, I think. So I just felt like the gym in Oasis Springs, it needed an update, and so I decided to update it. And I'm actually thinking about maybe updating some more of the community lots in Oasis Springs. I'm not sure what else Oasis Springs need. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a Mexican restaurant, or I don't know what else. I'm also thinking about doing something else with the park. I'm not entirely sure what that will be. I'm kind of thinking of like having it be like a bunch of random buildings, like not random, but like I'm thinking about maybe having like one building be like an art studio where you might take art classes, or maybe one building is like a yoga studio where your Sims can come and do yoga, because I said this so many times before and I'll probably say it again. I am someone that has to have like multifunction within my builds. And even though this build isn't technically multifunction, I feel like with my Sims, like if I'm gonna sit through a loading screen, like wherever they're going, it has to be worth it. And I feel like with this space, like you can either bring your Sims here to just go to the pool, or they can come here to work out. And I feel like with this pool, I don't know. I feel like again, like I think I already said this, but I feel like it's more exclusive. Like I feel like this isn't just a pool you can bring your Sim family to come to. Like I feel like you have to have a gym membership in order to use the pool. So I'm also thinking about maybe making another pool that is for the community. Like maybe it can be a park or something like that, because I don't really play in Oasis Springs a lot, but I feel like it's nice because I think the weather is supposed to be nicer. I haven't played like a full like a winter or fall season here in Oasis Springs in a really long time, but I don't think it snows, because I think the basic, like it's supposed to be like a desert and it's supposed to always be hot, or it's supposed to be cooler. I'm not even sure if it rains a whole bunch in Oasis Springs. But I am doing a Let's Play series here on this channel. I'm doing the Family Dynamics Challenge, and my current Sim, she does live in Oasis Springs, so I guess we'll find out. And I also think like as she kind of like as her story progresses, I'll kind of figure out what other community lots I need to add to this world. Originally, when I started this build, I kind of intended to just use base game when I was just going to do the renovation, but since I decided to bulldoze it and start over, I decided to just go ahead and use as many packs as I wanted. I try not to like overload it with too many packs, but I feel like most Sims players, they kind of like have most of the packs. Especially if you're like me, like you just can't resist buying the packs. But I know like some people are more disciplined and they only buy the packs that they know they will absolutely use. For the outside, I kind of think I did it, like I intended to make it look like more updated and more modern, and I really wanted it to blend in well with the environment, and so I think I did really good with that, because I feel like a lot of the houses that came with Oasis Springs, they either had like this hard concrete like exterior, or they had like this wood paneling type thing that I used. And I kind of wanted to bring that same theme on the inside, but I actually changed my mind, because like I said, I was doing some research on like gyms and like what they actually look like in real life, and a lot of what I saw was like this type of style that I'm doing, which is like dark floors and like a lot of metal and concrete and like I don't know what type of wall, but I saw like a lot of like cinder block walls, and I don't know if that's like in every gym. Like I said, I recently already did like a spa type of build, and I kind of didn't want to do the same thing in this build. So I kind of like had the intention that when your Sims come here, they're gonna like feel pumped. And I use like a lot of these wall decals that you saw like in the lobby area, where it's like I absolutely love those little wall decals that came with the Growing Together pack, where it like has the people that's working out. And I wish we had more swatches, or I wish we had more of that, because I could have definitely used those all over the place. And then I also used like the decals I think that came with Spa Day, and I think they're supposed to be like numbers, but in my mind, I kind of like put them up on the wall as kind of like motivational like words or phrases, but they're in Simlish. So in my mind, like what I saw a lot of was like things on the wall. Like when I was looking up reference pictures of gyms, I saw like a lot of like posters and things that say like just do it, or like stuff that gets people pumped up or is supposed to motivate people. So I kind of use the decals that came with Spa Day as a way to do that. And then here is the like cafeteria area. I did use the mini fridges that came with the college pack. What is it? Oh, Discovery University. And I also used the little mini refrigerator that came with Spa Day. I hope your Sims don't walk around with like face masks on here, because I feel like this is just like a gym exclusive. But in my mind, I can kind of, like I said, I can see them coming in here to heat up their meal prep meals. Also, I use like these little activity things, like I think they were for the rec center, and it came with the Growing Together pack, and I really love those too, and I wish we had more of those. And at the time I'm recording this voiceover, they did release like we had like a new Sims delivery, and I think part of that came with like these new decals that have like a bunch of different symbols, which is kind of what I've been wanting. Well, what I was wanting when I was working on this build. So I don't know if I will go back and like add those in, or I'll just use those when I make a gym in the future, because after doing this build, I can kind of see myself going back and doing another gym. And I feel like that's the thing, like that's why I like building so much, because it's like when you do a build, and sometimes I don't feel like, especially when I'm watching over, I'm kind of like seeing things that I wish I could have done differently, or taken like a more creative path. And so instead of like going back and fixing what I don't really like or what I wish I could change, I'm just gonna like do a completely new build, or I'm gonna try something different. But in my mind, I feel like this gym is more I don't know what you would call it, but it's like a little bit more on the pricier side. And I think I'm gonna do another gym build. I don't know where, and I don't know when, but I do have the idea, and I wrote it down, that I want to do a gym build that's like more open and more accessible to like the general public. It can be almost like a community type gym, and I think that's what they tried to do when they like gave us the rec centers that came with the Growing Together pack, which I think in with that type of lot you do have to have like some gym equipment. But I don't know, I think I want one that's like just a gym, but it's more like a community gym. So it's like, I don't know, like I don't want to say it's like cheap workout equipment, but it's like, I don't know, like more like stuff that's been donated or something like that. Also with this build, I used a lot of the kit. I'm trying to think of the name of the kit. I think it came with the Everyday Clutter kit, and at first I was like someone that was super against the kits. I didn't really like them, but I'll buy them. I don't have all the kits, but I do have some, and I just like buy them whenever I have maybe like the extra money to do so. I'll go ahead and get a kit. And I do use the Everyday Clutter kit quite a lot, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel personally maybe like $5 isn't worth like the little bit of stuff that comes with the kit. But I really like the idea of having like these water bottles, and I also like the rolled up gym mat with a kettlebell. And then there's another little thing with I think it's like has the dumbbells, and I think the some towels or something wrapped up in it. And I really like that. In my mind, I kind of like put these things all about the gym, because I'm like thinking maybe this is the Gems brand of water bottles, and you can come here and get them as a souvenir, and you can like put your pre-workout powder in it, or you can put your protein shakes in it, or you can like buy like in the front lobby area. I use like the little racks that came with spa day, and in my mind that's like the protein powder that you can buy at the front desk if you forget yours, even though you can't do that in the Sims. But we all use our imagination when we're playing this game. And even though I kind of wish that was something that we could do, like I think like if your sim has the fitness lifestyle, I think they can do like protein shakes or whatever. But I kind of wish it was something that was more accessible to all sims. Like I wish that these little water bottle things were functional. I wish even too, like I feel like I don't know how they would do it, but I do believe that maybe we should have some type of fitness pack, or even though we did have like the fitness stuff pack which came with like the rock climbing thing, I kind of wish maybe they would do a refresh on that, or maybe do a refresh on another pack. I honestly don't know how they would do it, but I'm just thinking of like all the different types of fitness that could be included in the game, even though that it would require that they make new animations, because like I said earlier, like I do a lot of yoga and Pilates, and even though we can do yoga in The Sims, we can't really do Pilates, and I feel like that's something that would be interesting to see my Sims do. They wouldn't even have to include like anything extra, just make some type of new animation with the yoga mat. It could be like a new type of workout on the yoga mat, even not even Pilates, but like I wish the yoga mats were like functional in a different way, where like you can just like have your Sims do some sit-ups, like instead of just like when they randomly just do sit-ups when they get energized, or like push-ups when they randomly get energized. I wish you could actually click on the mat and they could do some type of, I don't know, aerobic exercise. Or like I wish the kettlebell was functional, or the dumbbell were functional in some type of way. I wish that there was maybe like they had some type of workout equipment that was like the Stairmaster, or like what else, the little bicycle things. I wish there was like more cardio options, and these are just something that I'm wishing for. I highly doubt we'd ever get anything like that, even though I do believe there are mods available that do allow you to use the water bottle that came with the everyday clutter kit. You can use those with that mod, and I also think there's a mod available that allows you to use the kettlebell and like actually click on that little rolled up mat and like buy a mat that you can put on the ground, and they can do more exercises. But I just wish that there were things that were actually like included in the game, because lately I have been playing without mods, because the last time I tried to record a video with my mods, my game crashed twice. So for the meantime, I'm not using mods currently in my game, and I'm just using like playing with base game, which can be fun, but it just requires you to use like extra imagination rather than playing with mods, and you don't have to work so hard to create some type of story or gameplay in your mind. So the main thing I wanted with this gym was to have a pool, kind of like a hangout area for your Sims to come to. Like I mentioned, I feel like with this pool, like in real life, I feel like this gym would require that you have some type of membership in order to use the pool. So I think I might have to go and build a different pool that is more so for the community. But I feel like if your Sims are, if they got it like that, they can come here, and like maybe they can like, some gyms have like you can bring a friend or something for free, for like maybe a couple days or something like that. And so I feel like the pool is perfect for that. Your Sims can just come and hang out, or they are very serious about their fitness goals, so they can come and use the gym area. There's like one main gym area, and we have like the weights and mostly the little cardio machines, like the treadmill. I wish we had more like workout equipment. I do know we have like the rock climbing thing, which is useful sometimes, but I don't really use that. And I did include a couple yoga mats in the gym part, and in my mind I kind of feel like they're more so for maybe like doing, like I said, like Pilates or something like that. But of course we don't have that in the Sims, so your Sims will probably just do yoga on it if you choose to. And I can't remember if they can work out using the stereo. I know in like previous games they could, but for some reason it's like drawing a blank in my mind whether or not they can do it in The Sims 4. But if not, you can also use the TV and work out with if you want to like include some type of workout that doesn't involve the actual equipment that came with this build. But if you're doing some type of rags to riches challenge, which I like to do a lot, the gym is like the perfect place for your Sims to come to if their fun is low and they don't have a TV, and they can come to the gym and watch TV, or they can come and take a shower or grab something to eat from the little cafeteria area that I included. If they have a few simoleons, they can use one of the vending machines and grab a snack. But sometimes in my mind, I kind of like try to be a little bit more realistic with my gameplay. So I feel like this gym isn't a gym that you could just walk in and come to. Like we do have the little lobby, and in my mind, you kind of have to like check in, show the receptionist your identification, or your like, I don't know what people like, is it like proof of, is it your ID, or do you get like a little card or something when you get a gym membership? I'm not really sure, but I feel like this gym wouldn't really be open to the public. Maybe they would be, maybe on like certain days of the week. But if you don't really care about that, and you just want your Sims, like if you're doing a rags to riches challenge and you want your Sims to come here and use whatever resources are available for them to get their fun up, then they can do that. Upstairs, I did include like the little basketball hoop. Like I really didn't know what I wanted to make of that area. I kind of thought about making it a hangout spot, but I kind of have that like in the upper area anyway, and then we also have another hangout spot like outside by the pool, so I didn't want to make that area an outside spot. But I did know that I wanted like at least like one of the roofs to have like a green patch, like a grassy area, because I think I've seen that before. Because like I said, I'm on like, for some reason I see like a lot of fitness TikToks. Like I don't think I've ever been to the gym, but I see a lot of gym like related content on my TikTok and stuff. And even though like I usually just do like at home workouts, and I'm not gonna like claim that I'm like the fittest person in the world. I'm not, but I do believe like it's important for you to do what you can when it comes to taking care of your body. So I just make it a goal to try to move at least like 30 minutes out of my day every day. But I don't know. In my mind, I do see myself as like being a gym girly if it was like more accessible to me to do so. But like I said, the closest gym that I would consider going to is like an hour away. But I wasn't really sure what I wanted to include in that little grassy area, so I just stuck a basketball hoop in like the little half court. And I don't really know how realistic it would be to have that up there. To me, it seems kind of dangerous to have like a basketball court up on the roof, but I don't know. It seems pretty fun, like a fun idea to have in The Sims. And I don't like, your Sims not going to be in any type of danger, so I was like, this is fine. And I also thought about maybe making it a bar area, but like I said before, because I think the original gym did have like a bar area, and that didn't really make any sense to me. Like, why would you have a bar in a gym? At least I don't think that they have bars in gyms. I don't, like I said, I don't go to the gym, so I don't really know. There's also upstairs like a little sauna area, because like I said, I am on like fitness TikTok, and that's something that I saw that they had in one, like I don't know what creator it was just like a random post or whatever, but in one of the gyms that they were in, they had a sauna, and like she was basically going through like her whole gym routine, and she ended her, like she would like do her little workout, and then, well, it was like a huge workout. Like to me it seemed like she was in the gym like all day. And like that's kind of like I think that's what they do. Like a lot of like gym people I see on TikTok, I wonder like how much time do they spend in the gym every day? But I don't know. A part of her routine was like doing her little workout. Then she would spend time in the sauna, and then she would like, I guess, take a shower and then come back home and do whatever she did with the rest of her day. And so I thought that would be a nice thing to include with this gym. I don't know what a sauna does for you, like specifically in regards to your health, but I don't know. I just feel like the Sims that will come here, at least my Sims, when I bring them here, like they're the type of people who are very health conscious, and like feel like it's very important to take care of themselves and take care of their body. And also upstairs, I included the little punchy bag things, and I can't remember. I think in the original gym build, I think that the punching bags were included in a separate room, and I kind of like that. That's why I included them upstairs, because in my mind, I feel like maybe it's not really a specific, like, workout thing that you're doing. Maybe you're taking a class, like a boxing class or a self defense class. So I just stuck that upstairs because I did have that little long piece that was included in the second floor, and I really wasn't sure what to do with that. And that's kind of like my style of building. I kind of try to just build the outside and use like a reference photo of like what I'm trying to build, but I kind of like go way off course when it comes to my reference photos, and I just go and do my own thing. And then the process of doing the inside is just like trying to see, like, work with the shape that I have and just sticking things where it kind of makes sense or wherever it'll fit. I don't know if this is just me, but I have a tendency that when I do like a specific community lot, and when I'm looking back at the speed build and I'm kind of thinking of like ways that I could have did things differently, or maybe changed the color scheme or something like that, or just like, I don't know, like structured the inside a little bit differently, and it kind of makes me want to do the same build over and over again, but like in a different style. So I think maybe not soon, but I don't know, maybe in the near future, I think I'm gonna build another gym, but I want to make it like less fancy, because I feel like this build is still like this gym is still kind of fancy. And I feel like you kind of have to have like a little bit of money in order to have a membership at this gym. I could, in my mind, I can kind of see like influencers coming to this gym, because I think that was on my mind the most when I was working on this build. Where this is like a very like, I don't, not maybe not aesthetically pleasing gym, but it's like, I don't know, more modern, and I could just see like a lot of people coming here with their little tripods and like filming a lot of content or whatever. And I did include like a lot of mirrors, because for one, I didn't really know what to put on the walls in this gym, because like I mentioned like about 50 times in this video, I don't really know what's in gyms. But again, like what I see from like the internet is like people posting like a lot of selfies, and it looks like people like work out and then they go and find a mirror and like they pose. So I felt like I'm gonna stick a whole bunch of mirrors everywhere, so like your Sims, that's another thing I feel like the Sims team should maybe include, because I know like with the mirror they can like freshen up, they can like boost their confidence or whatever, and they can like practice their charisma. But I feel like one thing that would like really bring this game up to date is if they like included mirror selfies. And I'm really surprised that that's something that they haven't thought of, but I feel like that would like, I don't know like how that would, I feel like that's something they could have added with like the high school years pack, because I mean, I think teenagers, I'm not a teenager, but I think teenagers, they still like take selfie mirrors, I guess. I don't think anyone from the actual Sims team would ever see this video, but I feel like I've left some pretty decent suggestions for this game. So I don't know if you're seeing this, maybe suggest this to like your favorite bigger Sims creator, and maybe they can get this like idea put out into the universe, or to the Sims team, or whoever needs to see this to maybe actually make these changes, maybe in the Sims 4 or maybe in the Sims 5, who knows. But yeah, but we're kind of approaching the end of this speed build, and I really hope you appreciated this build and also this video. This build, I think it's already up on the gallery. My gallery ID name is WhitneyCX111. I will put that in the description down below. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and download this gem. I hope you like it and appreciate it. I think I play tested it a little bit and I haven't run into any issues, but let me know down below if you guys run into anything. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you want me to build next, or what would you be interested in seeing me build next, and I will see if I can do that for you. But again, I appreciate you so much for watching. Please stick around to the end, because I will be including pictures of this build at the end, because I know sometimes when it's sped up like this, it can be kind of hard to see what's going on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to play with you guys again another time.